Also, first things first, excuse my hair today. I just got back from class and it's raining, and this is the result of rain with my hair, and it's not cute. Anyways, so today I was thinking about what video I should film because it's Wednesday and I upload on Wednesdays and I really just need to get on the ball because I'm slacking. And I realized that I haven't filmed a disappointing products I regret buying video in forever. And I looked it up and I haven't filmed one since last summer, so it's almost been 8 years since I've done this. So I figured this is the video I would do today. With that said, I would really appreciate it if you guys would comment down below any video request ideas that you'd like to see on my channel, because I have been having seriously mental creative block and I just can't think of any really good video ideas. So if you have any requests what you want to see on this channel, please let me know down below in the comments. But back to this video, I basically went through the depths of my collection and found some stuff that I just, kind of regret spending my money on, whether it's because it just didn't work out for me like I wanted it to, I just don't use it because of coloring, or I have stuff that I like better, or something like that. So let's just get started with the stuff that I regret buying. First thing I have is foundation, and it's by Physicians Formula, and it's their Youthful Wear Spotless Foundation, and I just don't really like this. I like the consistency of it. It's a water-based foundation, so it's super thin, and it comes out in a dropper, and it looks good on the skin, but I just hate the smell of this. It smells like it's old, but it's definitely not old, and I never use it just because of that, because the smell kind of lingers too, and I just am not a fan. The next product I have is an eye primer, and it's the one by Laura Mercier, and it's in the shade Buff, and I bought this off of Sephora.com, so I really didn't know what the shades really were, and I just figured an eye primer is an eye primer, the shade probably won't even show up. This one definitely does, and it's super peachy and dark. Clearly it's a little bit darker than my skin tone, so it looks super weird whenever I put it on. You can tell where the foundation ends and the primer begins, and also it just didn't work well for me as a primer. Granted, I do have really oily crease prone eyelids, so not much works for me, but this one definitely didn't, and the coloring, and it was expensive, and it's just I'd rather not. This next thing I have is something I actually didn't buy, but my mom did, and she didn't like it, so she gave it to me, and I tried it out, and I didn't like it either. It's the Urban Decay Baked Bronzer. I don't even know if they still sell this because she bought it at a cosmetic outlet. It's in the shade Gilded, and this is what it looks like, and it looks really pretty on camera, and in person you're like, oh, that's a pretty powder. But it reminds me a lot of a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, but a bronzer version. And for me, I like bronzers that are matte or have maybe just a hint of shimmer, but definitely not this much. Maybe if you have a darker complexion or a really good tan, this could be good as a highlight, but even then, I just don't know. It's a very bizarre product if you ask me. I have two blushes. The first one is by Lorac, and it's their Baked Matte Satin Blush in the shade Velvet Rope. And this is definitely not a matte blush. I bought it because it just looked really pretty in the packaging, but there's definitely a bit of sheen to it. But this is one of those blushes that are just so pigmented, they're hard to work with. They're just, you just touch it and it's straight pigment, which is good for some people if you have a light hand, but personally I like blushes that you can build up a little bit easier. And so whenever I put this on my face, it's literally just blush, and then that has a bit of a sheen to it, and it just doesn't sit well with me, and I just don't like the effect of it. And I've only used it 3 times, and this was $20, so I definitely regret spending my money on this. And the other blush item that I regret is this NARS Dan Marie palette, and I regret this because I never use it. Literally, the blushes themselves are so good. I have a lot of these in singles, and that's the reason I think why I don't use it, is because I already have Orgasm in a single, and I have Sin in a single, and then this is just a really tiny bronzer that I just never use, and I just never use this, and I spent so much money on it, so I really should use it, but I just don't think about it. So if any of my friends want this, let me know. Just text me, Mom, do you want this? I don't know, but I just never use it ever. I can't remember the last time I used it, so definitely regret buying that. I have a lot of mascara regrets, clearly. The first one being the Physicians Formula. I think this was the lash extension booster thing. Basically it's the 2-step or 3-step process where you put on the mascara, put on the little fibers, and put on more mascara. This irritated my eyes so bad, and I don't even have really sensitive eyes. I don't have to wear contacts or anything. Nothing really bothers them, but this stuff seriously did. And then these little fibers literally just got all over my face, like all right here, and they were a pain in the butt to get off, and the results weren't even that fantastic in my opinion. So I definitely regret this, and it was like $14, so I would definitely skip out on this. And the other mascaras I regret are these Maybelline Great Lash ones. This one is the Doll Mania version, and then the other one is the Real Impact version. And both of these just kind of didn't do anything for me. This one's the Real Impact one. It's just a pretty standard brush, but it just like wouldn't put product on my lashes and just didn't do much of anything, like I said. And then this one is the Doll Mania, and it's basically like their original but with a bit of a bend, and it again just didn't do anything for me. I mean, they were really cheap, so it's not like it's that big of a deal, but it's just disappointing. Now, I feel like I might have mentioned this in my last one of these, but I'm not sure, so I'm just going to throw it in here in this one. I seriously regret buying the Smashbox Full Exposure Palette. Oh, this is literally like the biggest regret of my life. Not really, but like my makeup life. This is what the palette looks like, and the only thing I really like about it is the brush that comes with it. It's a really good brush, and then the matte shadows aren't that bad, but these sparkly ones up here are literally straight glitter, with the exception of the very middle one. And I mean, I can't use like half the eyeshadows because it's straight glitter. I don't know, it's just not worth it to me. I know that they came out with a second full exposure palette, like double exposure or something, and I swatched that in store and it's a little bit better, but I still wouldn't want to spend my money on it, and it's just not good. Next thing I have is a brow product, and it's the Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara, and I have the shade Soft Brown, and I was hoping this would be a dupe for the Benefit Gimme Brow, but unfortunately it is definitely not. First of all, the little wand is so bizarre. Like, this ball is huge, so it can like get my front part of my brow, but like once I get to the tail, it's way too big, and then the color just doesn't transfer that well, and I also don't feel like it holds very well, so I just don't like it. I don't feel like it does much, and it's just like not good. I have a couple of hair products. The first thing is this Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Refreshing Dry Shampoo. I got this on super sale at Kroger. It's a manager special. I got it for $2.69, so it's not like I lost a lot of money on this one, but this is just not a good dry shampoo. It's very, I don't know, grainy, if that makes any sense. Like, if you put it in your hair, you can like feel that you put it in your hair, and then it has like an ashy look. My hair is not even that dark anymore, but you can still see the ashiness, and I don't think that it absorbs as much oil as like my Batiste ones or my my Bumble & Bumble Preta Powder dry shampoo. It's just not too fantastic. I'm glad I got it for less than $3, but I definitely will not repurchase this. And lastly, I have two hair masks that I am not a big fan of. The first one is like a shock of a lifetime, but I do not like the Macadamia Nut Natural Oil Deep Repair Hair Mask. I got this little size from TJ Maxx. It was like $8, and I always wanted to try it because everybody thought it was so good. Firstly, I'm not really crazy about the scent. I just like doesn't really mesh well with me, and then I just don't really see what's special about it. I feel like the one I have from L'Oreal works just as well and it smells better, and it's so much cheaper. I mean, even like the big tub of it, I saw they had that at TJ Maxx the other day, and that was still $20 versus like the L'Oreal tub of it, which is like $5. And I just like, I don't see it. Like, I just don't. And the other hair mask I have is by Too Chic, and it's their avocado and olive oil deep moisture hair mask. You can find this at Target in their like organic hair care section, and I was just very curious about it because I've never heard of it and it looked kind of promising and I needed one. But this stuff is literally like so thick. It just like, I don't know, it's hard to work into your hair. Like, when you put it in your hand, you can literally like form it into a ball and like play catch with it. And it also has these little beads in it that like are really hard to wash out of your hair, so when you're like brushing your hair out once you're already out of the shower, you can still find these little beads, and it's so annoying. And then again, I just don't see a lot of results using this. I prefer my L'Oreal Paris one. It doesn't even have much of a smell, so I'm not very impressed with it, and I don't plan on ever repurchasing it, and I really wish I just didn't. So So those are all the products I regret buying. I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. And don't forget to leave video requests down below of what you want to see on this channel, because I want to know, because I'm trying to plan out some videos for next month and everything. But that is everything. Don't forget to check out my social media and subscribe if you haven't already. And that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye all.